Update on my thyroid. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, y'all. So let's discuss why I weigh myself every single day. The positive update is I have officially lost. What's up, you guys? We are due for a chit chat. I just got back from my walk right now and it is like, I don't even know how hot it is. I just know it was hot, but like, let's check the degrees right now. Feels like it's 32 Celsius. So I think that's like high 90s Fahrenheit. It is hot, honey, but I've been doing my walk almost every single morning and I just love it. It's such a good start to your day. And as you can see, like, your girl is just getting tanner and tanner by the day. Okay, the Tennessee sun does not play. Like, it is strong here. Even my family noticed that when they came, like within the first day, they're like, the sun's stronger here. And I'm like, it sure is, honey. It's the South, baby. Okay, so we have a lot of updating to do. I want to update you guys on my weight. And I also want to just chat to you guys about why I weigh myself every day. And whenever I say that, I feel like there's a good amount of people that are like, you what? You weigh yourself every day? One, you're insane. Two, that's obsessive. Like, why do you do that? That's insane. That can't be healthy. Like, there's all these negative connotations to that, right? So we're gonna talk about it. Why are people so afraid to weigh themselves? We're gonna talk about it. And like I said, we're gonna do a weight update because there's definitely some good updates on my weight. I'm happy, there's been a lot of progress. So before we get into the weight update and why I weigh myself every day, I wanna give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, which is Burn Box. You guys know I talk about all the time how losing weight, it truly is a journey. Like, there's a reason why people say weight loss journey, because it doesn't just take a month or two to lose weight. This is something you have to be dedicated in, and it most likely, unless you only have 5 pounds to lose, most likely is gonna take you at least 6 months, sometimes 2 years to get to your goal weight. I know that might sound insane, but if you're doing it the realistic, sustainable way, it takes time to lose weight and it can get redundant and boring when you're doing the same thing over and over. Y'all know when it comes to losing weight, it is calorie deficit, calorie deficit, calorie deficit. That's not an opinion, that is just science. You need to be in a calorie deficit. But I always say I love doing just fun challenges and different things to help me accelerate my weight loss and to just help change things up and make it fun. So that's where Burn Box comes in. I've been loving using them so much. Burn Box is basically a science-backed fasting kit. They provide you with hunger-fighting, fiber-packed shakes that taste delicious, by the way, and I love the ingredients. These shakes just help make fasting easier and more sustainable because they keep you full, they taste good. The Burn Box kit also includes electrolyte booster and bone broth, a post-fast healthy meal plan, and it gives you a step-by-step fasting guide. It basically gives you everything you need in one little kit. The biggest benefits is going to encourage fat loss, help improve your insulin sensitivity, and support your metabolic health, which is huge when you're losing weight. So I absolutely have been loving Burn Box. So if you guys want to check them out, you can head to the link quiz.burnbox.health/Amy Macedo, and you can enter the code Amy Macedo to get $10 off. I'll leave the link down below in the description box as well, and you can scan the QR code. Avocado oil, mix this all up. And then this is barbecue sauce that we got from the farmer's market. It tastes so good, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Oh, it's actually not that high calorie, so I'll probably have a little bit on mine as well. But yeah, I'm not gonna put that much because I'm trying to keep it low calorie, but at the same time, my husband and Kylo are not on a deficit, so it's just trying to find a balance. Another trick you could do here is just put less on the pieces you know you're going to eat. I should have mixed that all up when I got all my hands dirty. I ain't doing it again. Hate getting my hands dirty with chicken, and I need to get one of those brush thingies. I'm adding in some vegetable broth on the bottom so it doesn't burn, and while it's cooking I'll just keep like mixing, you know, getting all the broth and all the sauce and seasonings mixed up together. I'll like mix it up every maybe 10 minutes. I look a hot mess, y'all, but whatever. Totally forgot that I am adding onion in the pan with the chicken and some sweet peppers. So I'm gonna chop that up real quick and add it in there, mix it up with the seasoning. Tossing it straight up in there. Don't worry, y'all, my counter's clean. Mind your business. In about 5 minutes, I'm gonna go in there and just like mix everything up. Just letting that heat get to everything first. Chop these little sweet peppers up. Let's mix it all up. Get all that seasoning on the onions and sweet peppers too. Again, I want to go light on the barbecue sauce for the calories, but of course you could just put more barbecue sauce on this to really get it super saucy, you know, but we're just going a little light today. Okay, now we are going to make rice and peas. Now, I'm gonna just say it, this is the bootleg rice and peas, okay? I don't wanna offend my Jamaicans out there because this is definitely not authentic rice and peas. You're supposed to like saute the onion, the garlic, and all the, I think the pepper first, all the stuff, right? But this is like the bootleg version that you can do in your rice cooker. So I love this recipe. It is really good. Even though it's not like 1000% authentic, it is really good. And my husband, who's Jamaican, confirms he loves it. This is like an easy shortcut way of doing rice and peas. So follow along and try it out if you want an easier way. I'm using major key with rice and peas. You need coconut milk. I am using light coconut milk just to completely cut out the calories by a large amount. Like regular fat coconut milk is insanely high calorie. So you want to pay attention to the portions. How big of a can is this? 400 milliliters, so almost a cup. So almost a cup of liquid. Put that all in there. You'll just notice it's more liquidy and less like fat. There's less of that thick cream because your girl's on a deficit. Sorry, but not sorry, you know? Then you need kidney beans. I keep the liquid in mine. With the liquid of the kidney beans, this is gonna equal almost a cup, or sorry, 2 cups. 500 milliliters is 2 cups. The can of coconut was 403 with the liquid in here, probably brought it up to 450, almost 2 cups of liquid. Then you're gonna need some garlic, good amount of garlic. Chopped onion, which luckily I already have a bunch of chopped onion that I need to use up. That's like a good half an onion right there. Look how good this is, y'all. If you wanna try like a new rice, try this. It is so good. Okay, I am following this recipe off the top of my head. Like I've been making this for years, but I haven't made it for like a good year. So I'm just trying to remember. Hope I'm not forgetting anything because again, I'm literally just going based off memory. But you need to put a whole bunch of thyme in there, just like about that much. It's a good little, maybe a tiny bit more extra flavor. Cannot go wrong. Now you need habanero peppers. If you do not have this, I have put Frank's Red Hot sauce. I know that's probably a crime. Any Jamaicans watching this right now is probably like, send her to jail. Send her to jail. What is she doing? But in a pinch, if you cannot find habanero peppers or you don't have it and you're like, oh, but I really want to make it. I don't want to go to the grocery store just for one thing. A few dashes of Frank's Red Hot sauce will just give it a little bit of what this gives it. But you're not cutting this up because we're not trying to kill ourselves. You're just going to take the whole pepper and pop it in there because you're going to take it out after because you'll die if you cut it up, literally. Unless you like extreme spice. Now it's time for the seasonings. Oh, oil. I'm using avocado, black pepper. A little bit more. You need salt, obviously. I need to get my big bag of salt up there. So I'm just gonna open this up. I'm trying to think if that's enough because this salt is really salty. Garlic powder and onion powder. Even though we already put garlic and onion, you need the powder, you need extra, okay, honey? I think that's it. I'm trying, again, I'm doing that off the top of my head. Yeah, I think we're good. Now we obviously just have to add the rice. I also just remembered something. I put the whole can of beans in there, which I normally don't. Like I usually just do half a can of beans because 1 full can of beans is a lot of beans for rice. Like that's a crazy rice to bean ratio. I usually do half a cup, but it's already in there, so we're gonna roll with it. So if you're following this recipe back, just do half a cup of beans. So I'm gonna do 1.5 cup of rice. Because I'm using an Instapot, the way you do rice in an Instant Pot is a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 cup of liquid, 1 cup dry rice. 2 cups liquid, 2 cups dry rice. This is like 1.5, 1 3/4 liquid. So I just did 1.5 rice to play it safe. So it's not too dry. I'd rather it be slightly more moist than too like undercooked, obviously. All right, take a look. Looks good. Now all you literally do is put on the top And by the way, the Instant Pot has a saute feature. So if you do want to make this the more authentic way and you want to like saute the onions and garlic how your tradition is supposed to, you can. And then you can make rice. But like I said, this is the easy, lazy way. Press rice, done. How good is this looking, y'all? So good. I am just going to toss it around. It still needs to get more browned, but it is coming along and looking good. Look how good this looks, y'all. Amazing. Okay, then the only thing you want to do now is take out that thyme and take out the pepper. How good does this look, y'all? Also, I have got to show y'all what I got at the grocery store recently. Edamame. This is new for me. I have never in my life tried edamame, but I know that it's very high protein. 140 calories is 11 grams of protein. So I don't know, I wanna try it and see if I like it, see if Kylo likes it. What do you guys think? What's your thoughts on edamame? Does it taste good? How do you cook it? How do you make it? Let me know. I'm just trying to figure out other ways to get my toddler to eat protein. I don't know if he'll eat this though. I don't think he will. But I also wanna get more protein in, so let me know. What's your favorite way to eat edamame? I'm also just reading the bag now and realizing that edamame is a soybean, which I don't know how I feel about that. Did not realize that, so we'll see. Okay, let's sit down and do a little chat. I know I look a little crazy right now, y'all. I went to the pool with Kylo yesterday and I did put on sunscreen, but the sun still got me and I'm trying to get rid of these tan lines, so I've been wearing a lot of strapless tops. But update on my thyroid. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, y'all. You guys saw in the last video, my TSH was 2.0 flat on the dot. So we increased my medication a little bit just to get me closer to that a TSH of 1, because that's where I feel the best. And that's what my doctor said. Most people feel the best with a TSH of 1 or even slightly under 1, not too low. So we increased my medication from 90 mg to 105 mg of compounded desiccated thyroid. I just got my blood work done yesterday after 5 weeks of taking my updated dose, almost 5 weeks of taking my updated dose, and my TSH is a 2.4 or 2.5, I can't remember, but the blood work is up here. So imagine my pure shock seeing that I increased my dose, yet my TSH actually went up. TSH naturally fluctuates a little, but the fact that it's like still in the 2s with increasing my medication is insane to me. The only thing I can think of is the same thing happened before when it was compounded versus when it was just like a straight dose. So without it being compounded, desiccated thyroid, I think comes in like from 90 mg, it goes to 120. So that 105 dose that I got was compounded, meaning that the pharmacist is doing it themselves. And this is the second time I've had it compounded. The first time where my TSH stayed in the 3s with an increase, it was also compounded. So I don't know if that's got something to do with it. I have a phone call with my doctor on Friday, so we will see. But yeah, it looks like the 105 mg compounded desiccated thyroid is just not doing anything for me, which I have not been feeling the greatest in the last 4 weeks, but I thought there was no way it had to do with my thyroid because I was already at 2. Sure enough, with the increase, I was probably in the 1. That's what I thought. But I've been feeling like a little bit lethargic, a little bit like foggy brain. And I thought for sure, I was like, maybe this is a symptom of my ovulating. And then afterwards I was like, I think I just caught a little bug. Like I couldn't figure out what's wrong. But again, I did not think it was my thyroid because I was shocked when I saw that too, because I thought there's no way I would increase my medication from a 90 to 105 mg and it not bring me to a 1, right? So I definitely was like in pure shock this morning when I saw my blood work on my patient portal. So we'll see what is next. Of course, increasing that medication. Obviously keep in mind as well that the medication I'm on for my thyroid is very different than most people take. Most people take like Levo, I think it's called, or Synthroid. I'm on desiccated thyroid, which is basically dried thyroid gland. So it's literally a pig's thyroid gland. So it's like the more natural form of a thyroid medication, and it's always worked so well for me. There's very minimal symptoms. You guys should actually even talk to your doctor and just look into that versus the synthetic thyroid medication. It's natural. It has essentially almost no symptoms, whereas the synthetic thyroid medications, they come with a lot of symptoms, side effects, I should say. Side effects is the word I'm looking for, but I am not a doctor, of course, just talk to your doctor. But anyways, yeah, so that's the update on that. But the positive update, the more positive update is I have officially lost almost 5 pounds, y'all. So I did a weigh-in recently and I weighed in at 150, so oh my God, 150, no, 145 on the dot, but the scale was like flashing quickly between 144.8 and 145.0, which usually means that I technically weighed 144.9, but the scale doesn't do 0.1s, it only goes in 0.2 increments. So I technically hit that 144 mark, which is so amazing. I'm so proud of myself. Like, it's been such a journey the last few months trying to lose weight with my thyroid being so out of whack, and I've just been very disciplined. I did lower my calories a little bit. I was doing 1600, but with me having a little bit of an issue with my thyroid, and I'm also working out a little bit less than I used to. Like, I used to work out 4 days a week. Now I'm like working out maybe 2 days a week. So with all of that being in mind, I did shift my calories down to 14, sometimes 1500, just to cut that a little bit, and it's been working really well for me. Yeah, I'm so happy. There's been lots of progress on that end, and we will see what my doctor says. And this whole journey with my hypothyroidism in the US is wild. Like, it's so hard to like find your perfect dose in one country, and then you move to another country and it's just like different there. So now you have to find your perfect dose in a whole other country. So that's been like such a journey and an annoyance. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a huge inconvenience in my life because your health is everything. Like, it just really teaches you to be grateful for your health, because when you have, I look a hot mess, y'all, I'm sorry. When you have your health, it's just everything. But nonetheless, I'm very grateful to be able to be living in the US. I absolutely love living in Tennessee. So that's just one, you know, little inconvenience I've had, is just trying to figure out my perfect dose here. So fingers crossed we can get this thyroid under control. Okay, so I feel like I don't even remember the last weigh-in update I gave you guys. Like, I truly don't remember. I know it was in the last episode, but let's just go back. Yeah, I legit just don't even remember. I should probably check that video. But anyways, let's just do my most recent weigh-in was June 28th, which was 2 days ago, and your girl weighed 143.2. I'm really happy with that because I am super close to getting into the 130s again. Y'all know I miss the 130s on me. Like, I just feel so good when I'm at the 130s. So I truly do miss that, and I cannot wait to be in the 130s again. And if it wasn't for me about to get my period in a few days, I know I would have already been into 142. I'm just like hella bloated right now. So I'm super excited about that. And I have just been getting back into my workouts really consistently now. I think I mentioned this before, but ever since I moved, it really threw off like my whole routine. Like, I was still working out, but I just wasn't like in it. You know what I mean? I'm talking about in it. I can't. Scratch that. Anyways, Hannah from Love Island, if you guys watch Love Island USA, is obsessed with doing the in it thing, and I just can't. Every time I say in it, I'm just like, okay, anyway. Yeah, I haven't been like in it, you know, but I just recently, over the last like 2-3 weeks, I've just been really in my workouts and making sure to prioritize it, getting in a good at least 10 minutes at home. And I have been so sore the last few days. Like, that's how you know I've really been like challenging myself, making sure I'm increasing reps, increasing weight. Anyways, so I feel really good. So let's discuss why I weigh myself every single day. Every time, like I said, when I say that, people think I'm crazy. That must mean that I'm obsessive. Like, oh my God, I think she has a mental disorder. I think she has like a problem with food, like red flag, right? They think it's a red flag. And let me explain to you why it's quite literally not a red flag. I mean, I guess it depends in what way you're doing it. Let me explain to you guys why I weigh myself every single day. So I started doing this when I read the Michael Matthews, I can't remember what the book is called, but I've talked about this before. I read this, oh, great, my life went on. Okay, hold on, my light. Okay, I think we're good, but I've talked about this book before, and it quite literally changed my life. Like, that's when my journey to like healing my relationship with food and my body really shifted, was when I read that book by Michael Matthews. I'll pop it up here. Can't remember if it's called Thinner, Leaner, Stronger, I think is what it's called. He has one for females and one for males. So anyways, I read that book, changed my life. And in that book, I realized how much weighing yourself every day is such an important tool. And I just wanna also preface this by saying it really just depends on like what your relationship is with food and your body and the scale at that point. There was a point in my journey where like it just wasn't healthy for me because I always looked at the scale as emotional. So like it would affect my emotions. If the scale was up, it would make me feel sad. If the scale went down, it would make me feel overly happy. Whereas that's just not the case anymore, because now I look at the scale as quite literally what it is, which is simply just a tool of measurement. The scale is no different than a ruler. It's no different than a measuring tape. Like, it's literally just a way to measure something. So like when you look at it in a very logical, very scientific, black and white way like that, and break it down like that, you just don't fear it anymore. And I also, another thing is like when you know better, you do better, and like knowledge is power. After doing a lot of research about how the body works and like what affects weight gain, right? When you truly understand the body and how weight gain works and how weight loss works, it's like knowledge is power. You just feel powerful in that. You don't get scared of the scale anymore. Like, I understand that if you literally consume a couple more grams of carbs than you did the day before, you're going to weigh more the next day. And that doesn't mean carbs are the devil. That doesn't mean that at all. It simply means that your body holds more water when it consumes a little bit more carbs. And again, that doesn't mean carbs are bad. It will eventually shed that water. Like, it's not that it's bad. It's just how naturally the body works. If you had less bowel movements the day before, you're gonna be a little heavier. If you had more, you're gonna be a little lighter. These little tiny pieces of the puzzle just affect whether you weigh more or weigh less. I no longer view it as like the scale goes up, oh my God, that means I gained fat. It just doesn't mean that. So again, knowledge is power. When you truly understand how the body works and how, you know, weight loss and weight gain works, you feel so much stronger because you understand it. So you don't fear it anymore. So when I see that scale go up, I don't get depressed because like I just understand how things work. I mean, I've been in multiple positions. Like, you guys should see, I'll take a screenshot right now. You guys should see my trending graph on my scale app. It's up and down. Like, weight loss journeys are not linear. You don't go from up to just like straight down. It is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down until you eventually get down. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like a roller coaster ride on the way down. It's not this like straight stream down. So I've been at the point where I've been on a calorie deficit on my like really dedicated and I don't see any changes in the scale for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. But I don't get affected by that because I just know that the body works in strange ways. My hormones could be a little off that week and then my body's holding on to more water weight or whatever the case may be. It doesn't affect me emotionally in that sense. So I think that is the piece of the puzzle you need first before you can weigh yourself every day. You have to get to that point where you have good knowledge and you feel powerful and strong when you have that knowledge, and then remove your emotional connection to the scale. Once you do that, I'm telling you, it is life-changing. It is so cool to weigh yourself every day. And I gotta also preface this by saying, when I say I weigh myself every day, y'all, I got a 3-year-old. And so sometimes I wake up in the morning and he's already up and I literally gotta rush to the bathroom, brush my teeth real quickly, go run and grab him, and I don't have time to weigh myself. So I don't quite literally weigh myself every single day. There's some days where I just skip it because I just don't have the time in the morning. I gotta rush and go get into mommy mode. But I would say in the entire week, I weigh myself at least 3 times. On a bad week, I like to weigh myself at least 4 times in that week. Why? A true picture of what is happening in my weight loss journey. When you weigh yourself every day, you get all the data. When you wanna make an analysis on something and see how something is working, you need all the details, right? You need all the data. How can you make a true analysis on your weight loss journey if you're not receiving all the data? Now, I'm not saying you have to weigh yourself every single day. You could quite literally never weigh yourself and you'd literally just see changes in your body in the morning. In the mirror. But if you're someone like me and you just like, you know, you like to see all the data, weighing yourself every day gives you all of that data. And I will explain why. Like I said, there's been multiple times where I will weigh myself on a Monday, and let's say, for example, I weigh 145, and then I'll weigh myself on Wednesday and I weigh 144, let's say. And then I weigh myself on Friday and I weigh 146. So let me ask you, what would happen if I weighed myself on Monday and I was 145? I didn't weigh myself on Wednesday. So I never saw that drop in weight. I never saw that 144. I just weighed myself on Monday and I saw 145. And then I weighed myself on Friday, only 1 day a week because you didn't weigh yourself every day. And I saw 146. I would think, oh, I didn't lose weight this week. Oh, that's a bit strange, okay. Like, you would just never know that you lost that whole pound, which is not the end of the world. Again, you don't have to weigh yourself at all if you don't want to on your weight loss journey. But if you are the type that really likes to track and you wanna see your progress, you will miss that whole 1 pound weight loss just because you decided not to weigh yourself between Monday and Friday. You'll miss so many changes in your body, and it's also quite cool to see, like, Monday you were 145, but then Tuesday you were 145.5. Then Wednesday you were 144. But then, like, it's just cool to see the ups and downs. It also desensitizes you. And again, when you have that knowledge is power, you know how the body works. I like weighing myself every day because I don't like to miss changes that are happening. Like, I like to see all the data that's happening. Again, if I only weighed myself on that Monday and that Friday, I would have missed that whole 1 pound loss. And I would have thought I didn't lose any weight that week. You know what I mean? So I personally love weighing myself every single day. And again, this is just like, obviously this is such a personal thing. Like, I think it just depends. If you have maybe an eating disorder or you have a relationship with food that needs a large amount of repairing, it's probably not the healthiest thing to do. I think it just really depends. But for me, I've just gotten to that place now in my journey. And like, if you guys watched my binge eating video, you know I have struggled a lot before. in the past, and it has taken me years to get to this point where I am just like in a way better relationship with my body, with food, with weight in general, with the scale. So yeah, I wanted to explain that. Like, the scale is not the devil. If you don't like it, don't use it. But it doesn't mean you're obsessive if you weigh yourself every day. It's literally a tool of measurement. Sometimes you want to see that progress and you want to have all the data. You can't get an analysis on something if you don't have all the data. So that's why I weigh myself every day, and I highly recommend it if you're at a healthy place with your, you know, relationship with food and the scale and all of that. But yeah, I am also thinking of doing a weight loss Q&A really soon. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section, because I'm gonna start like looking around for some of the biggest questions that you guys have, because I think I'm gonna go do a whole video on like Q&A on weight loss and body and all of that stuff. So leave your questions down below. Thank you guys for watching another episode in my weight loss journey. If you're new here, I have recorded my entire weight loss journey since last year, and it has been a journey, y'all. So get into it. Okay, get into it. Start from episode 1, watch the whole thing. It's nice to see just how up and down a journey can be. So yeah, also quick reminder to check out Burnbox. You can go to the link quiz.burnbox.health/Amy Macedo and use my code Amy Macedo to get an extra $10 off your Burnbox fasting kit. And I'll leave my link in the description box down below. So yeah, subscribe to follow along on my weight loss journey, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys. Mwah.